0 through 10 out of 10 of romance manga. You know I had to do it to him. You know I had to do it to him. You know I had to do it to him. You know me. I'm like the romance manga king. I love slice of life. I love all that. So 0 out of 10. If you know, you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about. So I'll break it down to you. But if you know, you know. 0 out of 10. It's Usagi Drop, and I tell you this. How disappointing this manga is. How disgusting this manga is. It's just, don't ever waste your time. Don't ever waste your time. Usagi Drop. Okay. Essentially, what happens is like this. You know, I want to say middle-aged to like late adult, kind of adopts a child and raises her, and it's like such wholesome vibes. Everything is wholesome. And then, like, the last bit of the story, it's like, no, actually, the little girl, she's grown up now, and she fell in love with him, and they're gonna get married. And it's like, you betrayed everybody. Everybody reading this manga, you betrayed so hard. It was such a wholesome, good story, and you ruined it. You fucking ruined it.
That makes me uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. And imagine reading it for, like, years. Imagine reading like a year or two, and then you get to that, which there's another one I'm gonna get to, kind of like not like this, but like reading it for a while and then being unsatisfying. Number 1 out of 10 is Rent a Girlfriend. I don't know if you ever heard of Rent a Girlfriend, but
no, I haven't.
This is like the king of the simps. This is like the worst dumpster fire of a story ever.
Okay.
And you just don't waste your time with all these chapters.
What do you mean?
The main character has no redeeming qualities. He essentially like goes to a service to rent a girlfriend to go on dates, but he falls in love with her. So he's spending all this money to go on dates with this chick, and he's just has no redeeming qualities. He's just a spurg. He's just a chud, like a chud simp. And there's even some girls there that are like, you can rent us, and we're actually falling in love with you. Doesn't even want to talk to him. He wants to talk to this girl. And then after everything's said and done, when he finally gets up the nerve to like ask her out after like 200-something chapters, she says no. He spent thousands of dollars on this woman to fake date him. And then at the end of it all, he fucks the money up like he's been doing the whole time, and she says no. And it's like, why am I even here? Don't ever read Rent a Girlfriend.
That sounds awful. So he's your typical lonely 50-year-old rich man.
Yes, but he's like 17. He's like 16. He's like a child. He's like a teenager. What are you doing?
Oh my god. Awful.
So number 2 is really close to my heart with how much this sucks.
Okay.
And it's Nisekoi. And if you know Nisekoi, you know I was there reading chapters as they were coming out. Awful.
Okay.
Terrible. You already know when you start something, okay, the first girl, the person that interacts with, they're going to end up with them. You don't need to throw in all these other girls just for them to get their hearts broken over and over, and have all these girls magically like this guy just because he was kind of nice one time. Mm-hmm. Just for, like, none of this to matter, and then he gets with the girl he first talked to at the first beginning of the series. Honestly, it's just the way they drag it out. The characters aren't that bad, except for maybe, like, one chick is kind of annoying, but she's dying of, I think, like, cancer or something, so I guess it's fine. And essentially he was a kid, and he met girls, and he was like, they fell in love with him, but he didn't know who they were, and he was like, okay, here's a locket, and I have a key, and if I ever meet you in the future, if this unlocks it, we're getting married. And and it's like one girl, but then it turns out that he did it to like 3 or 4 other girls.
What?
And then he doesn't remember. And then it's weird because one of them is actually the girl that he had a crush on before all this BS started. And she had a crush on him, but they don't end up together. He ends up with a tsundere. That they have literally nothing in common. He ends up with a tsundere. And honestly, that's not a hit to it. I like tsunderes, you know me.
That'd be a point.
I'm the king of the tsunderes. But Jesus Christ. Man, we'll get into tsunderes later, but
I'm piecing it all together. It's all just for a harem, right?
I guess so, but no, he doesn't end up with all of them. He chooses one, and he stays with the one.
What's the point?
Honestly, I don't know. And I'm kind of glad because I don't like harems. I don't like those either, so I'm not going to read it if it has a harem. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you love Rosio X Vampire or some shit. Rosario X Vampire.
I was about to say that.
I'm not into that, bro. I'm not doing it. Yeah, no. Just because they're always so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And it's like, you fell in love with him because he gave you you left your food at home and he gave you a bite of your food, so now you're deeply in love with him.
Yeah.
Like, where was that shit when I was in high school?
Right. The expectations are just they're in the toilet.
It does not.
And they always got like they have to have every archetype in the harem.
Yeah.
So there's the tsundere, there's the girl with big boobs, there's the short like loli for some reason.
Yeah, I don't.
Just weird.
It's
gross.
weird. It's so weird. So number 3 out of 10 is Comey can't communicate, and I think this is mostly just get it over with.
Oh,
like
autistic?
No, well, I guess she's autistic.
Oh.
It's a chick that she has anxiety, so she has a hard time talking to people, but she wants to make friends. But everybody in the history of the world is like, man, she's hot, and I want to be her friend.
Oh.
And so she's kind of just there as like this princess, and then the main guy is like the whole point of him is he's the most average guy ever, but he's helping her out. And what's worse is like what really brings it down is there is some good side characters. In a romance, you need good side characters. But there is some unbelievably annoying side characters in here that it's like it ruins the story.
How are they annoying?
There's a chick that her whole thing is like she's obsessed with the main character, main chick. And so she will go out of the way to like try and kidnap her and be creepy. What? And it's like, you are ruining the show. Why are you in here? You're ruining this manga.
That it sounds like just like setups for fake like extra drama and just bullshit.
Yeah, it's just a lot of them are there just because she wants to make like 100 friends or something. There's some genuinely good characters in there. Like there's a Garu there that she falls in love with the main character, but you know they're not going to be together because he's going to be with the girl on the cover. Right. And her whole thing that she goes through finding herself and then finding love in this other soccer player guy. It was great. It's great, but it's surrounded by all of this BS that I don't need. And you live and die in a slice of life romance. You live and die on your side characters, and there's just too many boring or downright despicable side characters that it's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, it sounds psychopathic.
Yeah. Number 4 out of 10. I'm picking B stars.
You know what? If you put it any higher, I'd have something to say.
I know you can't talk about this without people being like, furries, but that aside, it's just whatever you want out of Zootopia, it's B stars but better, but more adults. Like the inner mechanisms of the world that they live in, where herbivores and carnivores have to live together, and what that means, and how you have to either suppress the nature that you're born with or try to overcome your shortcomings in a more of aggressor, more of a predator world when you were born a prey. It honestly, it is a pretty good read. Yeah, Legoshi kind of be macking on people, and yeah, the bunny kind of wants to bang him a lot, but like, if you can look past that, the point of the story is a good story.
I can't eat you, so I guess I gotta fuck you.
So I'm just saying, whatever you wanted out of Zootopia, you can literally just get canonically out of B stars. You don't need the abortion comic. You don't need that.
I don't know if you're beating the allegations. I don't know, man.
You know me. I'm all about the story, the subtext, what it's trying to tell you, no matter the packaging. So I'm going to keep it straight with you, dog. That whole thing is interesting. It's interesting. And there's like a murder mystery that's in like a good chunk of the beginning of it is a murder mystery. And the inner mechanisms of like, gangs in this world that runs. So yeah.
I wouldn't expect that. I mean, I'm sure there's something there.
I doubt you're gonna read it. I'm not. Yeah, it's all good. You're not even gonna watch it. It's fine. It's on Netflix.
I'm sorry.
5 out of 10. The story between a dumb perfect and a high school girl. That's the name of it. That's the name of it.
Okay.
Honestly, it's middle of the road. There's some pretty good. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking all of them up.
Honestly, there's some pretty good side characters. They do a really good job. Essentially, it's like this guy, he's in one of those committees for school of like, public morals. So he's like learning how to live his life, but he's so afraid of emotions because he doesn't understand them. And the whole thing is like, I gotta be a good person. And the girl is like a delinquent girl that they kind of fall in love with each other, but they don't really talk about it. And he changes for the better, and she recognizes her feelings. Blah, blah, blah. Que sera, sera. So that's why it's 5 out of 10. Because it's like there's nothing. There's some good in it. There's nothing really bad. There's nothing really. It's an okay read. It's okay. Read. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, 6 out of 10. I'm never beating the allegations with "Don't Toy with Me, Miss Nagatoro." I'm not beating the allegations.
My God.
It's the character development of the main character actually becoming like going from being like a chud to like a normie is genuine. Like his come up of becoming better to say what's on his mind within himself through kind of the bullying of this tsundere is good. The only thing I would say, that's why it's a 6 out of 10, is that one part where everyone's in like the showers and something for a joke, and it's like that's not you could have just cut that out. You know, I ain't with that shit.
That's weird.
That was the only weird part. But other than that, it's like genuinely she becomes a better person and starts to realize and follow her dreams, and he immensely becomes a better person that's able to actually speak what's on his mind and not be such a little bitch. And so besides that one or two or three chapters in the middle where it was like, oh, we're stuck in the shower thing, that at school, that was fucking weird. Why did you do that? Other than that, and I know you've seen her as like a reaction thing to places. I'm not beating the allegations. I'm not beating the allegations with this one.
I'm sorry. You're putting it on full display.
And I am for number 7 out of 10 is Mysterious Girlfriend X. This is an oldie but a goodie. Although the ending was a little bit lackluster, it's kind of implied that they will like go out and maybe marry each other after high school. Essentially this one is, there's this weird girl that moves in. You know, when we were in middle school, we liked weird girls. We liked the girls So there was this weird girl that moved to the school. She's like an outcast, really. She like keeps scissors on her everywhere she goes. And she falls asleep in class. And the main guy like sees her. It's like everyone's already gone home. He's like, "Yo, you need to leave, bro." It's like her classmate. And then she was sleeping. There was drool on the desk, and so he takes some of the drool, and he puts it in his mouth. And he's like, and so he's like, "Damn, it's kind of sweet." And then he gets sick.
Whoa!
He gets sick because of the drool, and she finds out, and she's like, "You were lovesick because of my drool. You have to ingest my drool once a day or else you will be sick." And so for the longest time, it's just like she'll stick her finger in her mouth and like put it in his mouth, but they genuinely like fall in love with each other and get her to open up her shell, and him is finding the meaning of like what it is to grow up and become a person and all the stresses of life and everything. So yeah, the premise is crazy. I read this in middle school. I didn't read it now. But it's a classic. That's
an important distinction. That's an important.
Yes, it is a classic.
Content.
No, it's not. It is not.
This is spit play.
No, all right? This is not. It's a good. It's 7 out of 10. It was a great. It impacted me in a certain way in my youth.
I'm sure. It did.
8 out of 10. I'm gonna say A Silent Voice, which they made a movie. But the manga is like way better because it goes into more detail with things. But essentially, like a deaf girl moves in, and this kid starts bullying the deaf girl, and he's just a little shit. And he's like, I don't know why I'm doing it, but it makes people like laugh, and I just want to be liked. And then she moves away because he was such a piece of shit. And because she moved away because he was a piece of shit, everyone turned on him, and he started bullying him. So it's kind of a redemption arc story where he grows up, he becomes more timid, but he becomes more helpful for people. He learns how to do sign language so he can actually communicate with people, can communicate with the chick that he was bullying. And he essentially in the beginning starts to plan how he's going to kill himself because he just is a terrible person that wants redemption so bad, but he can't find it. And eventually he finds it. He like reconnects with the girl that bullied him, and she kind of falls in love with him, but like he still can't come to grips with how much of a shitty person he was to her, and the people around her can't come to grips with it either. And then the people that do know him for being a nice person finds out about his past, and how is that going to affect their relationships with him. And so it's a very good read. It's a very good read. I would highly recommend it. I mean, obviously they made it into a movie, but there's certain things with like, you know, the teachers and how hard they went with certain areas and things that they kind of skipped over a little bit in the movie because they have so much time, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say, I'm more of a manga person, so that's why I say 8 out of 10, A Silent Voice.
Okay, it sounds really compelling, honestly.
Yeah. So it's not all gooner bait. You know what I mean? I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that shit.
Number 9, High School DxD.
Number 9 is Kaguya-sama Love is War. And this is almost a 10 out of 10, but like we talked about, 9s and 10s kind of go up and down. Essentially, this story is, what if two tsunderes fell in love?
Oh my! They made this for you.
They made it for me.
Your manga.
So what if two tsunderes fell in love? They don't know each other is in love, but they feel like whoever admits they love each other first loses. So they're trying to like get together, but also it's like, I don't want to be the one that likes you more than you like me in this relationship. Right. Not only that, but the side characters, they have really great and propelling character arcs and stuff. Anyone that actually knows Kaguya Love is War, they know it's a 10 out of 10. They know it's a 10 out of 10. Whether you're reading it or whether you're watching the anime, it's a 10 out of 10. I mean, well, I would say it's a 9 out of 10. Just because my 10 out of 10 romance manga is, and this is probably not a surprise, it's Toradora.
Oh, yeah.
It is Toradora. It got me into tsunderes. It hit me in middle school like a Mack truck. I bawled. I cried so hard at the Christmas part where he's actually in the bear suit and he gives her such a good... And maybe it's because of my upbringing. I was in a house and my parents weren't really home and I just had to figure it out for myself. That I can relate to Taiga a lot. And not only that, but that motherfucker got hands. That Palm Top Tiger got hands. And everything is compelling in it. The only thing I would say is like, yeah, the whole Ryuji's mom being like fucking kind of in the beginning has a little bit of like panty shots and stuff, but they stop that very quickly. That's annoying. The first like the first 1 or 2 chapters, it's annoying, and then they stop it. But 1000% Toradora. I found it in middle school. If anybody was to be like, this is it. It's the Palm Top Tiger. Obviously not now because they're forever in high school and I just get older. That would be fucking weird. But it's got to be Toradora. It unlocked tsunderes for me.
That's fair. Even I know that's a classic. So that seems like a pretty good pick. Damn. So you've been outing yourself this whole time.
Yeah, I've been kind of outing myself the whole time. I like strong women that
don't need no man.
Yeah, aren't afraid to talk shit and put you in your place. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Put me in my place, please.
I love that fight for dominance, that struggle. That's what makes it all worthwhile. I don't want someone I can just step all over. Are you kidding me? What's the point?